Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. If I sound a bit rough this week, it's because I've had a cough for over a week and I'm just trying to get shut of it before I go away on the 15th of March. So if I start coughing, then you know why. That's Vanessa Kirby, if you didn't already know. She's Sue Storm in the latest Fantastic Four movie. I won't be going to see it. Fantastic Four's not really for me. It's not my sort of thing. And she's 5'7", like Olivia and Kate Beckinsale. Olivia Wilde and Kate Beckinsale, so she's an inch taller than me. Unless she's wearing heels, then she's the same height as a barefoot Gwyneth Paltrow. So, still too high for me, and the guy that she's with, he's taller than her, like the guy that Brie Larson's with is taller than her. So the whole adage, the 6 foot, 6-pack, 6-figure salaries. Well, I'm only 5'6", and I've got a 5-figure income, and I don't have a 6-pack, not at my age. Anyway, enough about me. As you know, the MGTOW is now firmly established in the Western world and beyond the Western world, but there's very little coverage about MGTOW. All the mainstream media has more or less gone black and they're just not reporting it at all. I found a couple of things. First thing is this. It's Medium, and this was done on July 21st last year. A few thoughts of MGTOW men going their own way. It's a bit of a bullshit piece by this guy. The only bit which stands out is this. He says, but there's one thing, you don't see movements like MGTOW in most countries outside the West. The one notable exception perhaps being the Japanese word herbivore men. Now that's a load of bollocks, because MGTOW is firmly established in India. MGTOW is firmly established in West Africa, and MGTOW is firmly established in Latin America, Brazil, Argentina, Venezuela, Chile, all those countries. So this guy doesn't really know what he's talking about. And he goes on just about the herbivore men, and it goes down, yada yada yada. There's just 7.4 billion people in the world to choose from, all with their unique history. By staying in one place, it's like reading the first page of a novel over and over while complaining about the facts that nothing changes. Well, he's really talking out of his arse, because you can see he looks a bit of a Chad. He's probably got no problem getting women, but the average Joe who women turn their nose up at, they finding no matter what they do around the world, they found that feminine mind virus is also in that place where they go. Now, this is a bit of a attack on the MGTOW philosophy, men looking after themselves, but there are some conciliatory articles, notably this one, Girls Ask Guys. Now this was done by a girl who's 19, so she's in the prime age, but she's noticing she can't get a date or anything, and she's heard of MGTOW, so she's just asking, disregarding MGTOW, how do you feel about men not wanting to date or marry anymore? And you go down the replies, and they're quite polite to explaining the reason why. This guy is 54, says MGTOW is avoiding marriage and cohabiting. It's not about hating women, true, but not dating. You best know how to protect yourself if you're going to be around women. Some are good and some are bad, also true. And then it goes, for high-level smart women are looking for powerful men who need help being leaders, and about half of the men out there. These guys need someone behind them. It was their mother earlier on and some girls at school than a wife in the adulthood. But if the girls at school, like in my case, they treated you as though you were invisible, or they just treated you indifferently, frog in my throat, or they just ignored you. So you learn to live on your own 2 feet and look after yourself, and you find out the longer it goes without it, the more comfortable you become. And then it goes down. The loner type guys who can be leaders or nobody can get away with little. These guys commonly known as Sigmas, are the unknown guys that built MGTOW on the side of the men's rights movement. And apart from other groups known as incels, came into the manosphere, the classic MGTOW guy is an older guy who teaches the younger guys how to live. They know about female nature and divorce very well. And this one, anonymous, a guy, 30 to 35, MGTOW's a symbol of a larger problem in society, but it's not the only manifestation of the problem, just the most obvious one. The root cause is that men and women no longer serve a purpose in each other's lives that is compelling enough to outweigh the costs they bring. It says women no longer need a man to provide resources or protection. Most women focus on efforts on career until at least 30, when the alarm of their biological clock begins to ring too loudly for them to ignore, and they finally begin paying attention to it. But today many women choose to be single mothers and raise their children without a father. An estimated 24.7 million children in America live absent their biological father, no man required. And another one, depends on where you're coming from, you just want to stay single, no particular reason, that's fine, a little weird, but fine. This is Amy, another girl, she's 20 years old. But given another 5 years, if she can't get a guy, Amy will probably be on TikTok complaining about it. And then lots of other comments, all generally quite polite and giving this original poster, who's 19, a lowdown on the situation. Now, the result of people not getting married or dating, I found this on the Mail Online. It's a tabloid similar to you get in America, but it's over here, but it masquerades as a serious newspaper, which it's not. As you can see, the rise of unmarried Britain continues as the proportion of adults who have never wed increases from a quarter to almost 4 in 10 in 30 years. In my lifetime, with almost 60% of those aged 30 to 34 now single. This was done on 22nd of February in 2023, so you can say that that figure has gone up more. Now we're into 2025. And it said Britain's a shunning marriage in increasing numbers according to new figures, showing a rise in those who never or are yet marry at increasingly older ages. And then it goes a bar graph, and then increasing ages older than 70 from 91 to 2021. I'm in this group here, quite close together, both sexes. And then you drop down, proportion of adults who are married has increased for most age groups and increased in older ages once again. I'm in this age group there, which is 60%. And just yada yada about it. And naturally put all these links below. And let's just see the comments. 205. All part of the plan. You could have believed that. Sorry about that. All these thousands of young male rivals who have such hardships just get ignored by women here. You mean men are finally wised up and realise they are getting married is a waste of time? You gain nothing and you can lose everything. End of the day, it is they who do the asking. Enjoy your cats, ladies. And show more. And different reasons and comments. But anyway, this guy doesn't really understand the MGTOW philosophy. He says you have to go abroad, there's lots of women everywhere, but he doesn't understand that feminism is also a global thing. And it's not just restricted to one country. But some young women understand that MGTOW is a real thing and they're starting to get worried, so they're politely asking on this site, girls ask guys, how do you feel about men not wanting to date or marry anymore? Because she's probably in the dating age now and she's seriously thinking about getting a life partner, come husband, and then children. And with children, here in Britain, it's becoming a serious thing, as almost 60% of people aged 30 to 34, the prime age, are now single and are just not bothering. Anyway, I'm thinking I'm on the 10-minute now, maybe a little bit beyond it, but I'll try and find some more, because as I said at the beginning of the video, there's not much around today. There's MGTOW articles are few and scarce between everything that I've looked at, so I will try and do one on a separate thing, seeing what's in the economy, but I don't really count on it because, as I said, there's not much today to see about MGTOW and how it's affecting the economy and everything else like that. So, you know the routine, people. Like this, comment, subscribe and all that. It's completely up to you. So until next Monday, bye bye.